Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Fine.
Good. How's your day? How's your week? How's your week going?
Excited
Oh, you're excited. Okay, why?
because next Wednesday will be my birthday.
Oh, hey, good job. Well, happy early birthday.
Yeah. Thanks.
Excellent. Excellent. Um, any special plans? I know you have school, but
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, you might do something. Are you going to do something either this weekend or next weekend? Or
Um. Eat a birthday cake. Um.
okay.
I I have eaten this before.
You have eaten your birthday
Yeah.
your birthday.
Yeah. I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're gonna so you'll do that. Do you celebrate? I know because I know it's hard for kids when they're going to school during the week and they have a birthday because it seems like a lot of the day you're in school, right? So uh will you celebrate your birthday on Wednesday, or will you kind of have a will you celebrate it like on a weekend?
I celebrate on the weekends, but I will. I think I will receive some gifts from my classmates. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And when you get gifts, do you open them during school, or do you wait till you come home?
Mm, some things I know what they're saying to me is something like they just give me something they didn't like
Oh, okay.
wrapped
Okay.
like a present really.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They can just give it to you. Okay. And you're gonna be how old?
How old? 15.
Yeah. You're gonna be 15. Getting up there, Bob. You're getting old.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, every day is getting cold. Every day is getting older really.
I know. I know. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah. I want to ask you, when is your birthday?
My birthday was 2 days ago on
Two
Thanksgiving.
days ago.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Uh, yeah. I had a
Wow.
birthday on November 25th. Mhm.
November
And it,
25th. Oh.
yeah, yeah. November
Oh,
exactly 1 month.
one month before the
Uh,
Christmas.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And for me, sometimes because Thanksgiving in US always falls on the last Thursday of the month of November. And
Mhm.
sometimes my birthday lands on Thanksgiving, sometimes it doesn't, but this year it did.
Oh. Uh,
Yeah.
it's not surprising. It's not surprising. My classmate, one of my classmate, his birthday is on the 25th of December. Yes,
Oh, on
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Okay. You know,
yeah.
go ahead.
Every time a lot of people ask me, do Chinese people really celebrate Christmas? I mean, not really, but just celebrate my friend's birthday.
Uh, okay, but you will.
Yeah, yeah, I will. I will.
Uh-huh.
Because it is, as well as my friend's birthday.
Sure.
Sometimes his mother will give him two cakes.
Oh,
One is for Christmas, one is for
uh-huh.
birthday. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
sweet. A lot of kids in the US, if they were born because it happened to me, even though it wasn't Christmas, but if your birthday falls on a holiday, many times it just kind of gets overlooked because people are really like Thanksgiving in the US, everybody's really involved in making this big turkey and getting ready for the big shopping day the next day. And so, if it's your birthday, it's like, yeah, okay, well, we're going to have pumpkin pie anyway, and we're going to have this big feast. And
Hmm.
so you kind of, it's like, but the
Yeah.
one for Christmas, I have one good friend who also is birthdays on Christmas, and it's like they get shortchanged because they get a Christmas gift and they say, oh, well, it's your birthday too. So
uh,
Yeah.
appropriate reason. Yeah.
So anyway, okay, well that's cool. Are you
Yeah.
and now do you and normally and I think in China too, you get for on your birthday,
Yeah.
you might get a
For my,
you'll get a cake.
but
Yeah.
yeah. But my classmate, he seems not be very excited.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, on Christmas because every time on Christmas, uh, he had a birthday party and we took part in the birthday party and ate cakes. Really, every time then he invited a lot of people, and so it's his birthday, but usually he cannot get only one piece of cakes or less than that.
Oh,
He had less than one piece.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's yeah, I mean, I think that's great. But you, Bob, you probably don't have cake a lot though, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I just maybe twice a year, my little sister's birthday and my birthday.
Oh, okay. So, because let me ask you this, because I think I might have asked you before, but like in your house, I know a lot of people live in China. They don't have ovens. Is that correct? You know what I'm talking about? You know the place where you bake a cake. Do you?
I have. We have.
Oh, you guys have that. Okay, okay. But I know a lot of families don't, and so
Just
therefore
I don't
that's
have a microwave. Like
oh, you have a microwave.
no, I don't have a mic. I used to. I used to.
Uh-huh.
But my mom changed the oven to microwave. Yeah,
Into the mic.
he
An oven.
represent you. Yeah.
Okay. No, and that's I mean most people a lot of people don't believe in the microwaves. They don't think they're healthy. And so and I tend to agree with that as well. I'd rather bake something and take it have a longer time.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Usually, we usually use microwave just to like
Just
not for cooking food. It's just
yeah,
like
just to heat something up real
yeah,
quick. Yeah.
heat up the food. Just
Yeah.
when it come up late or it. Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
But my mom loves cooking. She didn't want to use such useless thing, and he wants to
No,
cook something. Yeah,
yeah, I understand. That's good.
yeah,
Yeah,
and we don't have
you
enough
don't
space to put
go
two
ahead.
things together. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, the kitchen is not big as the thing. Yeah, really. We don't have like enough space for us to get enough space for two things. Just on the same table. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's some places are smaller than others. Yeah, that's true. But okay, but so it's special for you to have a cake then because you only have it really twice a year. Yeah,
Mm,
during your birthday and then maybe your sister's birthday, and
yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
And I
Okay.
have a friend. His birthday is very special. 29th of February.
Oh, leap year. Okay. So,
uh,
um,
4 years.
when does he celebrate it then?
28th or the first of
Of March.
March. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know. I've never met anybody. I don't know anybody that had a birthday on leap year. My mother's really close, but hers is on the 27th. My mother, but yeah, that's it's close to that day if there was a leap year. So okay. Well, anyway, and is it Bob? Is it traditional for your parents? Because like in the U.S., will your parents give you a gift as well as a cake, or do they just get you a cake?
To just give me a cake. Almost all the gifts were given by my friends and my classmates.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They just
But
gave me a cake. Yeah. Or baked by themselves or bought outside.
okay, like at a bakery or something. Okay, all right. Um, and then will you invite any of your friends to your house, on that day,
Mm,
or not really because of school?
I haven't experienced that before, but a girl I but I often like if take part in a girl's birthday party. Yeah,
Oh, you were invited.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to invite anyone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm my mom's and it's a quite noisy um or such a mess. He have to clean it up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, yeah, it's there. Things are so different because I had the same. I have three sons and two of them are twins, right? I told you that,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. When my twins were turning 16, so that would be a year from now, like for you. Of course, they were in high school and they had a lot of friends, and they wanted 16 in the US is a really like a special birthday. It's really significant. And you're probably saying, well, why is that? And the reason being is in the United States, in many states, and especially the state where we lived, 16 is the legal age where you can drive. You can actually get your driver's license at the age of 16. Yeah. So,
China's 18.
yeah, yeah. And I really honestly, I believe it should be 18. I think 16, hindsight, looking back, but I think 16
Yeah,
is a
we're
little
not
too young.
experienced. We're
Yeah,
not
exactly.
experienced. Yeah.
Yeah. But, we were living there in Virginia at the time, and they were turning 16 and they really wanted a big birthday party. So instead of like you said, like your mom says, instead of having all these kids invited to your house, and because I have twins, there's two of them, they all have twice the amount of friends. They have their own friends and they have friends together. But I rented a place, like a hall. It's called like a Rotary Club, and it was real close to the house, maybe a couple of miles. And we had their birthday celebrated there. And so they invited probably half of their class, of their high school class. So they had about 60 people at their birthday party. And everybody came to that place. And I remember this so clearly because it was so unbelievable. Every student that came, because they were all students at the high school, and they were all in their class at the time. They were in their junior year, and every kid that came to the party, male or female, because they had a lot of girlfriends as well, friends that were girls. Everybody gave them a piece, at least $10. Some gave them 20, and they gave them cash. So you could do the math on that one. They made out. They really did. I made them
Cat.
No, cash, money.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. So if you think about
is it like the red envelope in China?
Well, you guys have like a red envelope. We don't. I like that system because if you see a red envelope, there's going to be money in there. But no, they gave them all cards, and when you opened up the birthday card, there was money in it.
Money.
Yeah. Cash, money. Yeah. So on an average, each one received about, I would say, $20. Some were maybe 10, but most of them were a $20 bill, and each child, my two sons, each of them got $20 from 60 kids. So
or what?
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. It was insane. It was
to
crazy.
Pay the entrance fee to every birthday party.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like that's what it was. No, but that's what people, when you're that age, kids don't usually get presents anymore. I mean, like like a gift, like say a new game, or a baseball, or something like that. They don't usually get gifts anymore, like that, presents. They usually get just money, and kids and kids would rather just have money, because that way they can just buy whatever they want to buy. Like maybe they want to go to a concert, maybe they want to go to a basketball game, a pro basketball game, or a football game. And so that money would buy them a ticket or, whatever. But
Honestly,
you know,
I want money rather than gifts.
see, and most kids your age, they do, because they know money is what buys them things, and they know.
Yeah, but money can be anything. Yeah, it can buy anything, but just a real thing. Maybe it's not really widely used, really.
Yeah, and it's also, you can save it, and that's what I made my boys do. I mean, they could spend a little bit of it, but they had to pretty much save it, because at that time, and that was years ago, that's a lot of money. You give a child around $1,000, $1,200, whatever it was, each one on one day, one time. I mean, that's a lot of money, I think. And they don't need anything. They're living at home, everything's provided for them. So they had to save it. They had to put it in their bank accounts. But yeah, and they want that, because the next time it's like, Mom, I really want to go to this this football game, but it costs $60 to get in, or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, well, you got money, you can buy the ticket. So that kind of thing. So anyway, but yeah, it's kind of a big thing, turning 16 in the US. That, and because then they know they can start applying or getting their driver's license. So anyway, well, but for you, congratulations. And that sounds like I'm sure you'll have a fun day, and I hope you get a lot of presents.
I'm a little bit afraid.
You're afraid? Why?
Yeah. If I'm worried about my gifts. I think they'll add something to it. Maybe the full me, or like just like a full stay, to make my birthday like full stay, like April Fool's Day,
like a joke or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Add something special in it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about all that, but anyway, happy birthday.
Send your birthday cake and put it on your face.
Oh my gosh, no, they would do that.
I remembered when I got like 14 years old, the birthday of 14 years old. Well, our school held an activity is to celebrate the 14 years old for anyone, everyone like of my age, for all the students. At that day, that 2 students were celebrating their birthday, and we fold them and put a cake on their faces.
Oh my gosh, that is mean. Wow. You know what though? What you're kind of describing there, that's a lot. That's kind of a tradition, believe it or not. When a couple,
just for fun. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about birthday, but it happens a lot when people get married. When a couple gets married on their wedding day, and picture this, okay, so the bride is in her white dress, right? Her big white dress, and the groom is in his tuxedo. And when they're at the reception and they're cutting the cake, because that's like a big deal during the wedding ceremony as well. So after they actually get married, and they're at the reception with all their family and friends, and everybody's eating and drinking and dancing and stuff like that, there comes a point during the reception where they have to cut the wedding cake. And the tradition is the husband and the wife, the bride and the groom, they hold a knife together, hand over hand, and they slice through the cake. And the first slice is for them. And so the bride will hold one piece of the cake, and the groom will hold the other piece of the cake, and they have to feed each other. So the groom puts the cake to her mouth to take a bite, and then the bride does the same thing. Well, depending on who goes first, many times they take that piece of cake and they smash it into the other person's face. and so it's like the cake is going to the mouth of the other person, and as it approaches the mouth, is kind of just smashed on their mouth and rubbed all over their face. So, I mean, it happens. Okay, it's starting to become less frequent because I think the brides were really getting upset because, you know, they had all their makeup and their hair done and stuff like that. And then now they've got all this cake smashed all over their face. But that would happen. The grooms, the men, they really didn't care. Who cares? They just go, you know, wipe it off or whatever. But the women really care. You know, it was a big deal for the women. Yeah, and that's kind of
but if a white cake.
What's that?
But if it is a white cake.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's not a very big deal. Well, maybe it adds some black chocolate on some plaid or red things in it.
Yeah, it could. No, I mean, yeah, whatever kind of cake it is, it didn't matter. I mean, most wedding cakes on the outside, the frosting is white, but many times the cake part on the inside, it could be vanilla, sure. It also could be strawberry, it could be peach, it could be chocolate. So all of that, the cake part could be a different color. So, but yeah.
Yeah. How is the American wedding going on?
How does it go on?
Yeah. How does the ceremony held? Something about it.
Well, normally, I mean, now it's changed, but like when I got married and stuff, it was in a church. So the actual ceremony with all your family and friends and stuff like that, it's all usually in like a big church, a chapel, a church, something like that. And then after you get actually married and the priest or the minister marries you and all that, music and blah, 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 then there's usually a big reception, a big wedding reception that's held somewhere else. It's not inside the church there. Everybody gets in their cars usually and goes to, you know, a big place, a big resort or some kind of big, you know, hotel or some kind of big hall or whatever. And that's where you have the reception. And the reception includes 9 times out of 10, it's food. So you're going to have a big meal and you're going to have a band that plays music, and you're going to have photographers that take all these pictures and videos. You're going to have the cutting of the cake, of course, and then the last thing they usually do, and then they usually have, you know, the best man or the maid of honor will get up and make a speech about their best friend, you know, the groom or the bride. You know, that kind of stuff. Then they have the toast of the champagne, and then usually the cutting of the cake is after that, and then the very final thing
is to promise that you will love me forever. It's like the things.
Well, that's usually, you know, like in the wedding, the bride and the groom exchange wedding vows. Yeah, that part. But the last part of the reception before the bride and the groom leave to go on their honeymoon, like they usually go somewhere. The last thing is the bride will take her bouquet, and all the single girls, not the married ones, but all the single girls that are at the wedding, they could be family, they could be friends, it could be a sister or an aunt, you know, a cousin, and then all the friends from maybe college or high school or whatever, they all gather like in a little group, all the single girls. And then the bride takes her bouquet and she turns her back to them. And then like on the count, and then on the count of 3 or something, then which
is the real one, really?
Yeah, I mean, usually they'll take a substitute one, you know, one that they don't mind giving away, because most brides like to keep their bouquet, you know, it's forever. And what they do with the other one is they turn their back to the crowd, to the girls, and then on the count of 3, they throw the bouquet over their shoulder, and then the legend is the girl that catches it, whoever catches the bouquet, the next single girl that catches the bouquet is supposed to be the one that gets married next. Yeah. So that's kind of like the tradition, you know. But nowadays, a lot of things have changed. A lot of people, because of the expense, a wedding in the United States is very expensive, and the bill falls to the bride's parents. They pay for it. They pay for the wedding, the bride's parents. So that's why everyone likes to have boys. Because when they know they have a girl baby, the father always says, "Oh no, this is going to be so expensive," because when she gets married someday, he has to pay for it all. Yeah, well, or most of it, I should say. Sometimes the grooms.
As usual, how much does an American wedding cost?
Oh my gosh. Bob, it can range. It depends on how much money you have to spend, because it can range anywhere from $1,000 or $5,000 to $100,000. It just depends, because if you're feeding, you think about it, not just you're paying for the church, and you're paying for the dress, and you're paying for the flowers, and you're paying for the place where you're going to rent for the day. If you pay for a meal for, let's say, 200 guests, and each meal costs $25 or $50, you can do the math and you can figure out that's just the food. So that's why it's so expensive. It's mostly the reception that's so expensive. And sometimes a bride's dress can be very expensive too. It can be thousands of dollars. So it all depends on what your budget is. A lot of people don't have a lot of money, so they're going to have a very small wedding. But nowadays, it seems like the weddings are much more expensive. You pay for the photographer, the videographer. You're paying, and then the honeymoon. That's all part of the wedding. And the honeymoon is where the couple goes for like a week or two after the wedding. They may fly to Hawaii. They may go to Paris. They may fly to Bali. So quite expensive.
How long does it last?
What, the wedding?
Yeah.
Usually the ceremony itself is probably about an hour, maybe less. But the reception, depending on when you have it, a lot of people have an evening wedding. They'll get married like at 5:00 or something like that, and then the reception will start like at 6:00 or and then it's like a big dinner. So it'll go probably to like around midnight. So usually between 5 and 6, 7 hours, something like that. The reception. Yeah.
Will they decorate their car or wrap some flowers?
People, a lot of the wedding party, usually it's like the men. They decorate the car when the couple's like inside, like during the reception. And then a lot of them speak out, but then some people don't have cars and they rent limousines. And so the limousine will be waiting for them outside when they're ready to leave. And then that limousine will take them to wherever they're going. Whether it's
a lot of cars. 20, 30 decorated.
Yeah.
All in France.
And they put all that stuff on there, confetti cans and all that kind of stuff, and they paint on the car. I don't know what they use. It could be something like some washable type of soap or whatever, congratulations or things like that, or just wed or just married, things like that. So anyway, those are weddings. So Bob, if you don't marry somebody from your own country, marry an American girl. That way her parents can pay for the wedding. That's the tradition.
They refuse to pay for the wedding, right?
Yeah, the bride's parents pay for the wedding. Let me ask you this: in China, who pays for the wedding?
Who pays?
Yeah, who pays for the wedding in China? Is it the bride's parents or the groom's parents, or they pay for it themselves?
I haven't noticed it before.
You don't know? You don't know the tradition in your country?
Yeah, okay. I just celebrate with them. I've joined a lot of ceremony.
You went to a lot of
wedding
weddings.
ceremonies. But who asks those questions during the ceremony?
Well, not during the ceremony.
Who pay for the ceremony?
You might ask them before.
The argument started really.
Oh, well, I would think, I don't know. I mean, you could always ask your parents, hey, mom, dad, who paid for your wedding? How did, and you, or you ask that question.
Now?
No. You can ask later. But I mean, kids ask those kinds of questions, don't you think? No?
I haven't considered it before.
You what?
I haven't considered it before.
Oh, okay.
Haven't noticed and haven't considered.
Okay.
You made me consider when I grew up, shall I pay for the ceremony?
Yeah, it's something. No, but that really is, because it depends. In countries, it's different. In a lot of countries, the groom has, or the groom's family pays for a lot of things. So it just depends. I mean, that's just the tradition in the United States, but not to say that that's always followed, because some parents are poor, some families don't have money. And if a couple really wants to get married, they get married anyway, and they just pay for it themselves, or they don't really have a big wedding. They may just go and get married, at a church, have a small wedding, and just maybe have a reception at their home, something that's really affordable. And have a few family and friends at their house, and that's it. But they're legally married, and they had a wedding, they said their vows, and that's it. And that's because they can't afford it. So I mean, it just depends on the family. Yeah. So anyway, okay, you ready to read?
Okay.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the book.
Remember the Warriors?
The name of it?
Warriors? Remember the cat?
I want to buy this. Can I see the cover of the book?
Sure. Let me go back. It's that. This is the. Hold on. A lot of pages. This one. That's the very first one.
Warriors into the Wild.
And that's the whole series, Warriors. And I can get them. I mean, for reading and stuff like that, we can always read them, because it's on Scribe, and I subscribe to this. And I can.
Is it a bestseller? Is it a bestseller?
Yeah.
A lot of people knows it. Yeah.
In fact, this is, and as you can see, number one there, it says number one New York Times bestseller author. It's like I said, it's a series, and a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers like it, and I think a lot of boys read this one more than girls. I don't know.
Of course.
Probably because it's Warriors. But anyway, that's the very first one. I was told you don't have to read them in order, but it's probably like anything. It's probably better if you do, just so you have a whole background of everything. So we're starting how we left off last week. Remember Rusty? He was the house cat, and we talked about that. He's not a neutered or a spayed cat, so he's very interested in what's going on. He's about ready to jump or attack this mouse, and we're on the very last page where it said excitement coursed through him, making his. And now we're on the next page.
Wait. I want to surf the internet. Whether I can get it.
Oh, okay. You're looking for that one.
But I haven't got a resource to buy this book.
Huh. Do you yeah, I mean, I don't know where you in China. It's like I can't send you this link because it's part of like a subscription that I belong to, and I can't, because then there would be a login and stuff like that, an idea. But I don't know what other site that you can get. Where can you get free books in China? Is there?
How many books of this series?
Oh,
3?
no, there's like 15, 20,
Mm.
whatever. Yeah, no,
Mm.
there's a lot. There's a lot.
What? Mm.
And
Oh,
you know
maybe
the
I got
title,
it.
it's
Got it.
Warriors. Uh-huh.
Warriors into the Wild.
Uh-huh.
What? A little bit expensive.
How much are they? How much are those books?
87 RMB, maybe about 15 to $20.
Wow, that is expensive. That is. Yeah, but isn't there a website or something that you can?
Yeah.
You may not have a hard copy of it, but you might be able to get an e-copy or something like that.
Wow, a little bit expensive.
Okay, well, you can check on that. You can check on that later, Bob.
Okay.
You should, during class, you should be reading them. If I can find a site where I can get this free for you, I'll send you or your father the link, but it might be tough. You know what? Hold on a second. There's a there. No, I thought maybe I had another link to this, but I don't think I do. No. Okay. Yeah. If I can find a link, I'll send it to you. But I know these kinds of books, when there's a lot of them in a series, and sometimes they're really hard to come by. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're at the top of the left side, there was his heart pound. So, and then go ahead and continue.
Wait. Okay. Started from
the very top,
where
it says heart pound.
This was even better. This was even better than his dreams. Then a sudden noise of cracking twigs and crunching leaves made him jump. His bell jangled treacherously, and the mouse darted away into the thickest tangle of the bramble bush. Rusty stood very still and looked around. He could see the white tip of a red bushy tail trailing through a clump of tall ferns up ahead. It smells a strong, strange scent, definitely a meat eater, but not a cat nor dog. Distracted, Rusty forgot about the mouse and watched the rat tail curiously. He wanted a better look. All of Rusty's senses strained ahead as he prowled forward. Then he detected another noise. It came from behind, but sounded muted and distant. He swiveled his ears backward to hear it better. For steps, he wandered, but he kept his eyes fixed on the strange red fur up ahead and continued to creep onward. But it was only when the fan rusting behind him became a loud and fast approaching leaf crackle that Rusty realized he was in danger. The creature hit himself like an explosion, and Rusty was thrown sideways into the clump of nettles, twisting and yelling. He tried to throw up the attacker that had fastened itself to his back. It was gripping him with incredibly sharp claws. Rusty confused, spiked teeth breaking at his neck. He ripped and screamed from whisker to
Squirmed.
tail.
Withered
Squirm.
and squirmed from whisker to tail.
Oh, my screen turns black.
Uh-oh. It's still black?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So you can't see it. No?
No, I can't.
Uh-oh. Okay. Log, I guess you have to log back in. Or refresh or something, maybe it'll come back. Are you on an iPad, Bob, or a computer? Oh, yeah. You're back?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Bob, I sent you the link to that website I was talking about with the free books. I sent it to your WeChat, and and I can open it up through WeChat, but I don't know if you can. But if you have a VPN or something like that, I'm sure you could. And it opened up on my phone, so I know. And the title of it, when you open it, it says Z Library. Okay, and all you do is put in where it says the general search. Just put in the book you're looking for, or the author, or whatever, and then hit search, and just see what comes up. I think there are some warrior series, one of this, some of the books, you may not have all of them, but I think there's some in there. Okay, so after class, you can take a look at that. That will, if you can log into that and able to download, books, and it's not just, regular reading books for pleasure. There's some scholastic books and stuff like that too, like for school education. So this website could be valuable for you. Consider that my birthday gift to you. Hopefully you can, hopefully you can bring it up there in China. Do you see it? Do you have your phone?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you see the link?
Let me try whether I can open it.
Okay, just click on it on your phone. And if you can't, you can at least try to maybe even copy that link to your browser on your computer and save it there, so you have it, so you don't lose it. It's a weird address. I don't know. My husband comes up with these from time to time and passes them on to me. Can you open it? You should, when you open it, it should say electronic library download, whatever, but it'll start with the title. It says Z and then library. And it says
just copy.
Back open it. Yeah.
I cannot open it in a WeChat.
You can't open it in WeChat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you can, I mean, like I said, if you have a VPN or whatever, you might be able to copy that link that I sent to you and just put it in your browser on your computer when you have your VPN on.
Safari. I'm in an iPad.
You're on iPad? Oh,
yeah.
Try it. Yeah, but do you have a VPN on your iPad? Yeah.
He said, cannot set a safe connection. Cannot set a safe connection.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that there. You might ask your dad. But it's a great site if you can get on there, and because you could get so many books. Yeah. If you can just get that to open, but like I said, see if you can. If you can. And this is what it looks like. I went to it so that way you can see. I have it on the screen. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's what it should look like. So when you open it up, it should look just like that. And there's just of course, thousands of books, but let's just say
For free?
that one. Yeah, they're all free. And I just don't know. I'm going to just, I put in warriors, and of course, okay, so there's all can you see all these books that say warriors? La, 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 la. I'm trying to think of, it's warriors, I think it's warrior series. Let's just see if it's out. If that'll come up, I don't know, but I'm saying that it's a great. No, that's not it. Ah, here's one. Check it out. So and they're all everywhere, mismatched, and it's not just. I mean, you got books here like, romance novels, stuff like that. But if you go down, do you see it? Do you see number 3 where it says Warriors number 3, Forest of Secrets? Do you see that on my screen? Okay, well, there's number 2, Warriors number 2, Fire and Ice. This is the second one. And then the third one is this one, Forest of Secrets. And it's the same author, Erin Hunter. So that's what it looks like. And there's just so many. So you can get at least number 2, number 3 in there.
Can I find the first one?
I didn't see it on there. So I mean, you can try to check, and maybe it's there, but there's no order to it. It could just be, it could be on page 20 or whatever, so and you can see on the bottom here there's tons of pages. So we're not gonna I don't want to use that. You can search for it on your own, but now you can at least get some of these on here. So if you're able to open up that website, and let me click on one so that way you can see what it actually looks like. So we'll go to number 2, Fire and Ice, and I'm going to just click on number 2, and see, there you go. And it says Fire and Ice Warriors, the original series. And when you hit download, it's going to download it there, or you can send it to a Kindle or an email. So you can do that.
Maybe I have
so
to
anyway,
use
you're gonna have to use probably a VPN or something, and you're not gonna probably be able to do it on an iPad, but you should be able to do it on your laptop or desktop or something. But it's a good website, so you can check for other books as well. All right, doesn't look like we're gonna. Oops, that's the other one. Yeah. And so there's a lot there. So you can search for other books. If you have other school books or other titles that you're interested in, just type it in in that search bar where I showed you, and just see if it's there. You may have to scroll through a lot of books to kind of see, because there's really lots of times there's really no rhyme or reason. If you have thousands of books out there that start with the word warrior, you're just going to have to sort through that. But now we saw it even in the first hit that number 2 and 3 are on there, and at least on the first page. Heck, number 1 could be on page 10. I don't know. I haven't searched. I haven't scrolled through that. So the first thing is trying to get that link opened up somewhere on one of your devices that can do that. Okay. Let's try to finish at least this paragraph, this page, so you're not just okay. So we're right here where it says Rusty could feel the spiked teeth prickling in his neck.
He writhed and screamed from whisker to tail, but he couldn't free himself. For a second, he felt helpless. Then he froze. Thinking fast, he flipped over onto his back. He knew instinctively how dangerous it was to expose his soft belly, but it was his only chance. He was lucky. The ploy seemed to work. He held a hook beneath him as the breath was knocked out of his attack. Crashing fiercely, Rusty managed to wriggle free. Without looking back, he sprinted toward his hook. Behind him, a rush of false steps told Rusty his attacker was giving chase. Even though the pain from his scratches stung beneath his fur, Rusty decided he would rather turn and fight than let himself be jumped on again. He skidded to the stop, spun around, and faced his pursuer. It was another kitten with a thick coat of shaggy gray fur, strong legs, and a broad face. In a heartbeat, Rusty smiled that it was a Tom. It sensed the power in the sturdy shoulder underneath the soft coat. Then the kitten crashed into Rusty at full pelt, taken by surprise by Rusty's turnabout. He fell back into a dazed heap. The impact knocked the breath out of Rusty.
The breath out of Rusty.
And he staggered. He quickly found his footing and arched his back, puffing out his orange fur, ready to spring onto the other kitten. But his attacker simply sat up and began to lick the forepaw. All signs of aggression gone. Rusty felt strangely disappointed. Every part of him was tense, ready for battle. "Hi there, kitty pet," meowed the gray Tom cheerily. "You put up quite a fight for the tame kitty." Rusty remained on tiptoe for a second, wondering whether to attack anyway. Then he remembered the strength he had felt in the kitten's paws, then he had pinned him to the ground. He dropped onto his pads, loosened his muscles, and let his spine unbend.
Spine.
And I would fight unbind. "And I would fight you again if I have to," he growled. "I'm Grey Poe, by the way," the gray kitten went on, ignoring Rusty's threat. "I'm training to be the Thunder Clan warrior." Rusty remained silent. He didn't understand what the great Watson was mewing about, and he sensed that threat had passed. He hid his confusion by leaning down to lick his ruffled chest. "What's your kitty pet like you doing out in the woods? Don't you know it's dangerous?" asked Grey Poe. "If you are the most dangerous thing the woods has to offer, then I think I can handle it," Rusty bluffed. Grey Poe looked up at him for a moment, narrowing his big yellow eyes. "Oh, I'm far, far from the most dangerous. If I were even half a warrior, I'd have given an intruder like you some real ones to think about." But he felt the thrill of fear at these ominous words. What did this cat mean by intruder? "Anyway," mewed Grey Poe, using his sharp teeth to tug a clump of grass from.
Okay. And we're going to go ahead and stop here. Like I said, this story is going to become really interesting, and I think you're really going to like it. See if you can, find those books. But what do you think so far on this page? So what happened? What happened to Rusty? He went out in the forest, and what do you think about this little kitty? This little kitten?
What do you think about?
Yeah, what do you think about him? I mean, Grey Paw, the name of this kitten. Okay, I mean, when Rusty looked at him, he's like a little kitten, but yet when he jumped on his back, it felt, probably much stronger, much harder. And he turns around and looks, and he's like, you're just a kitten, and you're thinking, I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking, how can he have so much strength already for a little kitten? And he's telling him that he's training to be a Thunder Clan warrior. So yeah. It's not just your average little house cat with a kitten. And so
not like a little kid would be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Any last minute questions before we go?
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, hey, like I said, good luck. Have a great birthday. Good luck trying to open that. See if you can open it, because I think it'll really benefit you. if you can come up, if you can the site and able to, download some books and you can read them and not have to pay for them, that's good. But hopefully it'll work. Let me know next week if you're able to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, hey, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day tomorrow, and I will see you next week. And have a fantastic birthday. And hopefully you won't have any jokes played on you.
Okay.
Okay.
À bientôt, madame.
What's that?
In French. À bientôt.
Oh, okay. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, Bob.